For years, I have traveled the world slinging my creator-owned comics at the biggest and hottest cons. Now I'm busting out my personal collection of comics, toys, games, and more in order to bring the fun and excitement of con life right to your screen. There's only one place to get your comics and collectibles and chat live with the greatest showman in modern comics. So bust out your keyboard and get ready to call it in! You're watching Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show. What is up, everybody? You're watching Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show. I'm your host, Onrie Copen. It is great to be here with you guys on our first Friday show. So I've been doing live sales now for the last 2 years. So this is actually my third year. Sorry, this is my third year. I started doing it in 2020, the end of 2020, and 2021 was my first year. So 2022, I guess you could say this is 2 years, 3 years, whatever you want to say. But either way, things, when I initially got into this, into live sales, it was because I was pivoting. I kind of realized that as conventions were shut down throughout COVID, that I had to get out there and I had to do something. I tried looking for work in freelance editing, freelance writing, but it just wasn't something that I was interested in pursuing. I really wanted to be out there selling, engaging with you guys, finding new comics, getting you guys new stuff, keeping the industry flame burning. That was really what drove me, just as much as making comics. And so I got into this, and then conventions came back, and now I'm kind of trying to figure out how to work everything out. So right now we got this off season in conventions, which is awesome because now I have this whole new business of doing live sales with you guys, and that gives me the opportunity to take the off season and start going into flipping mode. So I just bought a huge collection of comics yesterday, a long box of books from Dreamland Comics in Vernon Hills, Illinois. One of the best shop owners in the area. Absolutely love him. Fantastic guy. Charlie, come in there, tell him Onrie sent you. He'll take good care of you. He has a huge collection of books. I also went over to North Shore Comics, our local comic shop. Pete Hurst over at North Shore Comics always takes very good care of me. He's got an incredible dollar bin, and he's always got the new stuff for me, so I really appreciate it. And here's what's really great about today's show. And every Friday show, I'm going to make it kind of a thematic thing, that every FOMO book that I am selling on a Friday show is a book that I have read and that I have some special attachment to, and that is not going to be very easy for me to part with. But I will be happy to do so if it means you will enjoy it. So that's what we do here on Kickin' It. So here's the deal. You spend 25 bucks with me, and this is your first show. You get to spin on this awesome wheel here. The wheel of SKIDBARK, we call it, named after my dog Bentley. And if you spend 50 bucks with me, you get free shipping on your order. And I don't care how many books you buy. I just had a customer who bought a long box of books. I threw it in a box, shipped it to him. Have a good day. That's how we do things here. Books come right to your door. You spend 50 bucks with me. I don't care how many books you order from me. I don't care what you get. I got you covered. And who do we got in the house here? We got David Moore. Friday. We got Leonard Pig in the house. We got a nice little room built in here. And this is great. I love being on my channel because I can really kind of let loose here. So without further ado, let's get down to it because we got a really great show for you guys. So first book I got here is Batman Beyond the White Knight #2. This is a pretty cool series. So basically, the first issue came out, and there was a problem with its release. So the 1/8 cover actually kind of shot up in value, and it was going for like $15 at one point. So I figured, hey, maybe the same thing will happen with issue 2. But I also read issue 1, and I liked it because it's kind of cool. It's a different take on the Batman Beyond mythos. It's like basically instead of working for Bruce Wayne, Terry McGinnis ends up working for Derek Powers, and he gets the Batman Beyond suit, but he's working for Derek Powers. And meanwhile, Bruce Wayne's in prison, and he breaks out, and Dick Grayson's the warden. Like they keep Bruce Wayne in this special prison. It's the prison of to just contain the Batman. So then he breaks out, and now he's going to stop Derek Powers. And this is a pretty cool issue. I've tried selling this for $8. Now I'm just going to do it at cover price. So I think the cover price on this was like $5. We'll just do it at 5, even if it's a little bit more. $5. I got you covered. Why'd you turn off the TV?
Because I want to play with you.
You want to play with me? Oh, you want to play the new characters with me? Cool. We'll do it after I'm done. All right. The next book we have here is All New, All Different Savage Avengers 1. I had some speculation about this book that didn't pan out. The price on it, by the way, is just $4. I just want to move it at this point. So Savage Avengers came out right around the time they announced that Marvel lost the Conan license. So now Marvel can't be publishing Conan comics anymore. It's a pretty big deal because they actually worked Conan into the main line, which is really kind of cool. So this is going to go for $4 today. We got $4 on this. Jacob, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? All right. The next book I got here is Astronaut Down #1. This is a really cool Aftershock series. It's about multiverse body jumping, and it's a really dark and twisted story. It's really good. I had a price of $8 because I was hoping I could make a little bit of a profit on it, but I'll just do it again for $5 today. It's just got to move. Now the next book here, I got a lot of my regs here, so I have a feeling this is about to move. We got Scary Tales #19. This is the first appearance of Yi Sun-shin's turtle ships in a comic book, and it was published in 1975. It's a wild book. It's crazy. So I found out about this at Baltimore Comic-Con, and this guy came up to me. He was a Korean man. He bought my books, and he was like, Yi Sun-shin was actually in a comic book before the books that you were publishing in America. And I'm like, whoa, really? He pulls out this book, and he shows it to me. And I'm like, holy crap, is that Yi Sun-shin on the cover? Actually, it's not Yi Sun-shin. And Yi Sun-shin doesn't actually make an appearance in here. But he is mentioned in the first page, or not the first page, but at one point he is mentioned. Yes, Admiral Yi Sun-shin. And the way that his name is spelled here is exactly the way we ended up spelling his name in our comic. And it's like, what's the big deal, Onrie? Well, actually, there is a big deal behind that because depending on what part of Korea you're from, there's a different dialect. It's kind of like the difference between a Midwest and a Brooklyn accent. We say accent, and they say, hey, it's an accent, So Koreans, they pronounce things the same way. And the one thing that they really kind of like, depending on where you are, is how you pronounce L or R words, because L and R in Hangul are essentially the same letter. L and R is the same thing. So in main parts of Seoul, they just kind of say, well, the family Lee or Ri or Yi, it's all the same name, but it has a different dialect. But Yi just sounds better in English. So this is what's really cool is the artist who did this was Korean. His name was San-Ho Kim. He knew that. But here's what's really cool about this book. This is what makes it key. This is why it's going to be worth like millions of dollars someday, is it's got the first turtle ship in there, which I think is so badass. Like in 1975. This just legitimizes everything we've done with Yi Sun-shin that much more. So I picked this up at Baltimore Comic-Con. I read it. I absolutely loved it. It's actually a folktale that takes place around the time of Fallen Avenger #3. So that's the 7th issue of Yi Sun-shin. This story actually takes place around that time. And it's a folktale about a guy who basically is on the run as the Japanese occupants are like, killing Korean stragglers. And he ends up befriending this woman who says, hey, marry my sister and I'll protect you from the Japanese. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll do it. And they end up killing all the samurai that, try and go after him. And then he finds out that his wife is actually a ghost and she's like all scarred up and she's been like killed by the Japanese and stuff like that. And he freaks out. He tries to leave and then he dies. It's a really cool horror story. It's a Korean folktale, like a real Korean folktale, and it's illustrated by an awesome Korean artist. And written, and it's all in Hangul too. The story is in Hangul, and then underneath that you have the English translation, and it's really well done. Like, it's really an easy story to read. You'll pick this up, especially if you're a fan of Yi Sun-shin. You owe this to yourself. This is awesome. So I got this copy here going for $15, and this is me. I'm the guy who created the Yi Sun-shin comic book trilogy, right? But I didn't create Yi Sun-shin, so it's always interesting to see different takes on the character, and especially ones that precede what I've done with the series. I find that fascinating. The fact that Yi Sun-shin had hit the American comics market 25 years before the launch of our series, that's cool. That's awesome. So we got $15 right here on this. I was selling it for $20, but again, I got to move this. $15. I think that's a very fair offer on that book. Dexter, what's up, my man? How you doing? Onrie Copen wrote that book at age 3. So we are graced by the presence of Warline's artists right now, and we are actually, Dexter sits here in the room. We should just kind of like let people know. Dexter and I were thinking about putting together an art show for you guys where he would do sketches for you guys based on requests. So these would be original commissions that he would do for you. We're still trying to find a price point that'll work for us, but it's something we're going to do probably. We've agreed to kind of push it back to after the holiday season so that you guys can kind of, gather some funds here. But Dexter's an incredible artist. He's actually the new illustrator on Yi Sun-shin, so he's going to be taking us through to the final 2 issues of the series. And he's also Warline's artist, and he has just finished illustrating the first half of Warline #2, and I'm so proud of him. Really fantastic artist. And you guys can have a chance to have him do a commission for you, and we're working that out. Might time it just a little after the Warline campaign. We'll see how things work out. In the meantime, though, we have Scary Tales 19, like I said, going for $15. First appearance of Yi Sun-shin's Turtle Ships. Worth the read, worth the buy, worth it now. Bentley's losing his shit upstairs. No, I didn't find any Gru. Yes, I will do both those for 20, dude. I got you. No, I was on the hunt for Gru yesterday. But you know what I did find? I found something even better than Gru. There is some stuff that's coming up on today's show. You guys have no idea. Today's episode is gonna be wild. It's gonna be off the hook. Jacob, thank you. I'll add this to your current invoice along with those Batman spawns. I'll update it later today. All right, the next book I got here is Batman: The Dark Knight #1. We're gonna do this. I had this at 20, but it's kind of like a beat up book, so I'm gonna say this is a fine. And like a book that is in good shape is going to go for 20. I'm going to just knock this down to like $5 right now because it's just got to move. So Batman: The Dark Knight #1 reduced to 5. I have Black Panther #2. This is the first appearance of the symbiote Killmonger. My last copy of it, I really want to just sell this. I've sold my last copy at $10. I'm selling this one for $5. It's just got to move. I don't want this book anymore. I pitched it so many times. I've had to show it off a gazillion times. It's time for it to move on. It's time for it to find a new home. And I'm going to just replace that with another book here. Just give me 1 second. We got to replace stuff that is gone. There we go. I have Invincible Iron Man 163 in a VG. That's just like a beat up copy of the book. It's going to go for $3 right now. And I have Marvel Superheroes featuring the Hulk and Submariner #50. I will do this. I had it at 15. I'll do it for 10 right now just so we can move it. Markdown keys and grails, guys. I'm taking these prices down because this stuff's got to move so I can go out and buy. I'm in the flipping game right now. During the year, I'm a little bit more conservative about my prices because I'm doing so many conventions and I'm picking stuff up and stuff like that. This is an accumulation of all the stuff that I picked up throughout the year, and now it's got to go so that I have money to go in and buy more. I always want to buy more comics. I spent a lot of money yesterday on comics, and I want to be able to do that on a weekly basis, because when I'm buying comics, I'm turning them over, things are moving, and that's all I need to do right now is just focus on moving as many comics as possible. I want to sell long boxes and long boxes and long boxes of books every week. That's what I do now. That's how my game has changed. Awesome, man. No worries. You know, Jacob, if there's ever anything you're looking for, you can also look on our eBay store. I'll drop the link for the eBay store right now. And our eBay store has been popping too because, again, now I'm not doing conventions as much. My next show is actually just like a 2-day show that's like more of like a swap meet, so it's not as big of a deal. And it's about an hour away from here. So that's going to be in Brookfield, Wisconsin, sometime in the middle of January. And it's just going to be a nice, easy show, but it's going to be a great show for me to pick up stuff. Great swap meets, good opportunity for me to really focus on building my collections, my collectibles company, my collections company. Collections business is what I run as soon as I get off the air. But I'm going to drop the link to my eBay store real quick, just so you guys know where it is and know you can shop on there at any time. You will be supporting the cause. And I'm always adding stuff to our eBay store all the time. It's so important to build that online presence so you guys can shop with me whenever. We are approaching 1,400 listings currently, and we'll see how today's show goes. Looks like we're off to a great start so far, so we'll add more books on there if we need to, or I'll have a good, easy weekend. All right. The next book we got here is the Recount Preamble #1. This is just going to go at cover price of $6. This is from Scout Comics, and if you've read the Recount, it's a really pretty crazy story. It's about what happens when the president is killed, the vice president is appointed, but the people who killed the president are from the opposing political party. And the person protecting the current president is also a member of that opposing political party. And it's really intense. It's like really grabs at the, it really kind of grabs you by the throat and pulls you into the pages. It's like a very intense political drama. And I think it would work so well as a film, like just like a 2-hour film. It would be so good. And it's an action, it's very actiony, but it's also very serious. It speaks to what's going on now. So this is actually the prequel to that. And it's going to go for just $6. The next book we got here, what's up, dude? Oh. The next book we got here is X-Men 205. X-Men 205 is going to go for just $10 today. So we got X-Men 205 going at 10. The next book I got here is Master of Kung Fu #52. This is going to go for just $5 right now. $5 on that. We just want to move this. And some of the stuff's actually really, really good, by the way. I studied a lot of the Master of Kung Fu stuff for, oh, wow. Huh. This is pretty cool. I thought that was, what's his face? What's the comedian's name? You guys will look at him. I forgot his name. Alice Cooper had a really good relationship with him, but for some reason his name is slipping my mind. But I really like the sequential art here. I studied a lot of the stuff for fight sequences and stuff like that in Yusum Shin, and I also did it for Warline as well. Both Dexter and I did. Actually, Dexter took a lot of influence from like 90s stuff, surprisingly, which was kind of cool because I really wanted this book to have a 90s feel to it. And I'm looking forward to what you guys think of it. So we got Master of Kung Fu #52 going for $5. Groucho Marx. Thank you, Leonard. Yes, Groucho Marx. Yeah, I'm on early for a Friday. Yes, Joseph, what's up, man? Yeah, Groucho Marx. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm on early for a Friday. Yeah. Hang on just a second. Guys, I'm so sorry. Give me just one moment.
Hi.
Hi, Max is here. Can you do me a favor real quick?
Yeah.
Show everybody your Black Panther pajamas. You got Black Panther pajamas the other day.
These are my Black
It's
Panther.
the Black Panther! Ah! Sorry. All right, we got God Slap. Max is enjoying his winter break. Isn't this great now? You can hang out here and play video games.
Yes, I'm so
And
glad.
throw in that curveball comment every once in a while. I have God Slap from Meteor Productions, number 1, going for, it's priced at $12. I'll do it for $5. And it's like a trade. It's kind of like a first volume thing. But hang on just a second, guys. All right. So the next book I got here is G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe! I haven't even had coffee yet. Swear to God. Look, see? It's a full cup right here. Oop, I spilled a little bit. Yeah, and draws comic for Culver's. Joe remembers that you wanted to draw a comic for Culver's. No, he just wants to eat there now. He's like always trying to convince me to go eat at Culver's. And I'll be honest, I like Culver's. I was talking with another dealer about this when I was out in Motor City. All right, here's the deal with Culver's, and I'm going to call it as I see it right now. I love Culver's burgers. They're absolutely delicious. But every time I have a Culver's burger, I'm not filled from it. I need like 10 more of those things.
Exactly. That's why I want to go back there all the time.
Well, then you need to go to White Castle.
It's White Castle.
Guys, I have failed as a father. Truly failed as a father because I didn't take you to White Castle yet. White Castle, I think you may have had it before. Kurt brought it over one time after a convention. White Castles are like the best burgers ever. They're like really tiny burgers. They call them sliders, and they call them sliders for a myriad of reasons. Mainly because as soon as you eat it, you're gonna poop it out. So, but they're really delicious. Don't concentrate on that. Concentrate on the deliciousness. There's a whole movie made about White Castle. It's called Harold and Kumar, but you're too young to watch it. So when you're 15, we'll watch it. Party! 15, that's too young. 18, legal year. 21, 25. By that point, it'll be 30. We have 25. 23. G.I. Joe 23 is going to go for just $4 today. $4 on that. Or best offer at this point. I just need to get rid of that G.I. Joe book. The Tunny Onions, yes. Yes, he did, Joe. I deserve to be slapped. But you know what In-N-Out Burger is, right?
Yes, they're delicious.
Yes, he at least knows In-N-Out. That's good. I didn't fail him completely. Here, I got a great In-N-Out story. I remember in 2020, we went to an In-N-Out burger, and the guy who
paid for one of the cheeseburgers.
Yeah, so the guy who was servicing us at the counter, he actually knew who I was. He had bought comics from me a couple weeks ago at LA Comic Con, and he hooked us up with a full meal on the house. It was awesome. I was like, that guy's nice. I didn't eat any of it. I just gave it to the kids. But it was a free meal that Max got to devour. So we got What If Miles... Yeah. Don't brag. No one likes a bragger. I have What If Miles Morales Became Captain America, number 1. This is a variant cover. I don't know who the artist is who did this, but here's the deal. I was hoping to sell this for $15. I don't think it's going to go at that price, but I know for a fact it'll go for the cover price. So $5. I can hold on to it. I can go on eBay. I can see what it's going for. This is a perfect book to list on there because I have a feeling at some point it'll sell. A lot of Miles Morales stuff goes real fast for me. So I have no problems listing it up on eBay, but I'd rather move it here right now. That just frees up money, frees up time, allows me to go out and do what I like to do, which is find books for you guys. Okay. Next book we got here. This is the Tank right here. I call this book The Tank, and it is a tank. It's Todd McFarlane's first Spider-Man issue. It's the first cameo appearance of Venom, and it's a really awesome book because Chance is in there, and everybody loves Chance. Take a chance on this book. So I picked this up at Cincinnati Comic Expo. The price tag on it was $100. I got it at $80. So I was thinking to myself, well, I'll start off by going real high, $120. So it was at $120 before. Well, all right, it's not going at $120. I'll drop it down to $100. Not going at $100. Well, I would like to make a little bit of something on this book. So how about we do it at $85? I'm into it for $80. I'll sell it to you at $85. It's a very fine, it's in really, really good shape. You will not regret buying this book. Call it as you see it. I really just want to dump this at this point. Really great copy of Amazing Spider-Man 298, going for just $85, 85 bucks. The next book we got here is Something is Killing the Children, number 21. When this book dropped, everybody was going bananas over this. And they're like, oh, it's a key issue. Oh, my God, speculation market. Oh, buy, sell. And I'm like stuck with like 10 of these because I was like going to comic shops and I was like, buy. They're like, sir, keep it down. We got plenty of copies in aisle 5. It's like, you know? It's pretty crazy. But anyway, Something is Killing the Children, number 21. I'm going to do this for just cover price right now. I got it at $5. You know, sometimes you want to jump on that bandwagon and stock up. And that's kind of what I did with this book. So the price on this is $4. I'll stick with $4. But let's see what it's actually going for.
4.
Yeah, it's gonna be selling for like $325 right now on eBay, and I'll be like, yeah, but shipping costs, those are really expensive these days. I'll match whatever's going on eBay. This just needs to move, but I'm curious to see. And I'll still sell this one at cover price because I have like a bunch of these. All right, Something is Killing the Children. Of course, it's the variants that go for a lot of money, but the standard cover, there's plenty of that, so no one cares. Or not. I don't know. I'm not seeing it yet. There we go. Well, a CGC 9.8 is selling for $70. But and this is in really good shape. I mean, I literally just picked this off the rack, threw it in the bag and board, and that's it. All right. I see it selling right now for just $5. So I'll do it for $5. Better yet, I'll do it for $4. I'm going to kick eBay between the legs and just go at $4. You're going to be like, $4. I think I probably also got my comic book creator discount on this. So, yeah, I'll do it at cover price. We both will win. Don't worry. Like, well, Onrie, you saved 25%. 25 cents off the cover price of that book. I'm like, gee, thanks. Actually, that's something that I really appreciate about Chicagoland retailers who I really need to start rebuilding my relationship with them. I've really dropped the ball in that regard, but that's something I'm really eager to start doing once we get those reprints of Isum Shinin. I'm going to be hitting up comic shops and setting up signings and doing stuff like that. Joe, we should do something together, dude. We should do like a Chicagoland like signing like duo thing together. I would totally do that with you, man. You hit up Challengers, hit up Chicago Comics, hit up like Graham Crackers, like set up together, help each other, like, sling books. I would totally do that with you, man. I don't really like kicking eBay between the uprights. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry you had a harsh lesson with CGC. I've had plenty of harsh lessons with CGC, and I'm kind of like over it now. which is why I'm about to pitch CGC books. So the timing couldn't have been perfect. And I'll tell you right now, you want to see a CGC disappointment? I will show you a CGC disappointment. Web Spider-Man number 118. Okay? They gave this to me at a 7.0. You tell me how this is a 7.0. There are absolutely no ticks on this book, inside or out. Like, absolutely nothing. And they gave this a 7.0. All right? That's my lesson with CGC. If I would have just kept this raw, I would have been fine. It would actually make more sense for me right now to crack this open and just resell it as just a regular raw book. Because honestly, I understand the monetary value in it. I understand the collectability of it. I get it. I respect it. I truly do. I played the game, and in some cases I won. Like this Spectacular Spider-Man 220, they gave this a 9.4. What a big win this is. You know, like I didn't think about like the fact that, you know, when you're sending these books off, you're resigning yourself to whatever's going to happen. That was a really hard thing for me to understand at first with CGC. And it also took them so long to get me these books that by the time I got them, the speculation wave like ebbed and flowed like a year prior to me actually getting the books. I was hoping to have these books in 3 months at the time of submission. It ended up being a year and a half. Kid you not. These are my last 3 slabs, and at this point, I just want to move them, right? I like have no desire to sit on these anymore. This is just like every time I look at these, I'm just like, man, I will be so much happier once they're gone. So I can make way for some new stuff, some new bundles, just something new. And I've been pitching these, and I'll be pitching these until I sell them because this is what we got to do. And I have a really great offer on it. So I have Web of Spider-Man 118, first appearance of the Scarlet Spider. It's graded at a 7.0. In all honesty, if I were you, if you were going to buy this book and use it as an investment, crack this open and resend it to CGC, or just submit it when you go to like a con or something. It's just it's not a 7.0 book. Like, I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't care what serious like professional there is at CGC. There's no way this is a 7.0. And there's no defect. So if it was ripped or something was wrong with it, it would be a certified grade book. So, it's not. It's a regular grade. They just, honestly, someone wanted to stick it to me. Someone was having a bad day. I just feel that way. And I know that this happens to a lot of people. So, Joe, I feel your pain. Very much do I feel your pain. Here's what's cool about this, too, is this has an ad for Maximum Carnage on the back. But it's also a really great... Huh?
It has an ad for me.
An ad for you, Maximum Carnage. Yeah, that's right. That was actually what you were named after. Maximum Carnage.
Why?
Because you cause maximum carnage in this household. Just kidding. You're an angel. I love you. I love you. You complete me. All right. Anyway, this is going for $150. And then I have, and there's a rumor he's supposed to show up at the next Spider-Verse movie. I'm okay with one of my sensational jokes. Yeah, but the one I got for you, the one that came back that Kevin and I submitted for you, that was crap too. I was not happy with that. Yeah, see, like you just never know what's happening. But I'll tell you this, I've had luck with CGC too. Like, I think it also depends on who's submitting it for you. Like if you're doing it yourself, then, you're kind of like, you're kind of screwed. But I have a CGC 9.8 Boys #1. It's signed by Garth Ennis. The book was originally slabbed at a 9.8. At C2E2 last year, I had this book sitting up on a display and it fell off and it cracked. And I was like, oh, damn it. So I couldn't sell it anymore. So I had to buy the book. I was actually selling it on consignment for Chuck Pino, my editor on Easton Shin. And I'm like, damn it. So I look around and I see another dealer who's like just down the aisle from me. And I walk up to him and he was like, I can have Garth Ennis sign this for you. I can have it pressed and then I can have it sent off to be graded. And he got it out for me. the week after C2E2, and I got it back in March. I'm really happy with that turnaround time. Honestly, this book right now is kind of like at a low value. It's valued at like $600 from what I saw yesterday, like a Derek Robertson signature is. I don't know what the Garth Ennis one is at, but if I kind of feel like if I hold on to this just a little bit longer, I can hit the bigger wave with this and at least get a little bit more bang for my buck on it. And I'm just going to wait a couple months and see what happens around the time that they announce Boys Season 4. So this isn't for sale now, but I'm showing it off because this is one of those examples of where CGC actually did me good. I was not upset, you know. Like they took good, and Brad took really good care of me too. He's really fantastic. If anybody wants me to put you in touch with Brad Foster, let me know. He's really fantastic. He does pressing and grading, and he's a CGC certified witness, so he can go and get books, signed for you. He can be that certified witness, and he knows values really well. He just does this all day long. Really great guy. I have Action Comics number 9, graded at an 8.0 and an 8.0 on this. This is also going to go for $150. So we got a $300 value so far on this. And then I have Spectacular Spider-Man 220 graded at 9.4. Now, what's special about this book? This is the book where Mary Jane announces that she's pregnant. She's like, "Hey, Peter, you knocked me up." Just kidding, it's Norman's. And then Aunt May calls Peter over and she says, "Hey, Peter, guess what? Norman Osborn knocked up Mary Jane." And we got this book going for $50. Max, earmuffs. Actually, it's a little late for the earmuffs. I've already damaged them. I'll pay for your therapy. Guys, we're trying to pay Max's therapy bills. Let's sell these books here. All right. I got 3 slabs, and we're going to call this the Grand Slab Deal. These books are all valued at $350. If you buy them right now, it'll be $300 books, $300 for all 3 of these slabs here. Take them off my hands. Let's make a deal here. Let's just get rid of these. I will be much happier with them in your collection than I am with them in mine right now. I am not going to stop until these books sell anyway. So $300, you're saving $50. It's a huge savings right there. I know it's a big investment. I know it's the holidays and everything. I can work with you. We can work out a payment plan. You can, pay a third. If you can pay at least a third up front, then we can work it out and take care of the rest. So if you can at least put $100 down on it, and you want to pay the rest off in like a couple of weeks, I will work that deal out. I just want to move these slabs. This has to go. Peter and Mary Jane ended up on Maury Povich. Peter, you're not the daddy. Edward, what's up, brother? Really? That's pretty gross. Superman doing. No one wants to see aliens doing the funky monkey, the chunky monkey. The hunka chunka? We were watching Demolition Man last week, and Sylvester Stallone was like, "Hey Hershey, you haven't done the hunka chunka?" Be well, be fucked. Demolition Man is the best. Yeah, I was watching it and I'm like, gosh damn it, this is like exactly what we've done with like the kind of feel and everything that we're going for with Warline is that. But the one thing I kind of feel like I missed the mark on is the humor. Warline is a much darker story, and it's grounded in much more of a serious tone than Demolition Man is. But I love the fact that Demolition Man worked humor into a really dark and sinister action movie storyline. It was really a good film. I loved Demolition Man. It holds up. Simon Phoenix. All right, we got Hell is a Squared Circle. This is a one-shot. I picked this up on my way to Baltimore Comic-Con, and the book is about a wrestler who like gets into like some shady stuff and is then on the run. It's a horror story, and it's really, really great. I'm just going to sell these at cover price they're going for $8, and they're printed on like that DC Black Label style format. But it's just $8. It's a really great one shot. You get the whole story there. The art by Francesco Biagani is really good. His style kind of reminds me a little bit of Sam Keith mixed with like some Bill Sienkiewicz. It's a really cool style for like the type of story that he's telling, and it's got a really good use of color and sequential flow. It's really a great book. And it's perfect. It's a one shot. It's like you pick it up, you read it, you put it down, and you're like, you feel like you got a full story. It doesn't feel like, oh man, this was lame. And it pulls at you. It's a really good horror story and tied into wrestling. So if I got any wrestling fans here, you owe it to yourself. Give this a shot. And it takes place in like the 70s too. So it's like a period piece, and it's also got really good storytelling, really good sequential art, really good everything, really great package. I highly recommend this book. It's really fantastic. I don't want to tell anymore because I'll just spoil the whole thing for you, but really it is genuinely a great read. All right, so we got our whole rack over here. I'm going to run a deal real quick for you guys before I start jumping into slinging $2 comics here. So we got. I really wanted to sell all these books here. If I can move them for a lump sum price, that would be really fantastic. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add them all up. And what we're going to do is I'll just give it to you guys at a lump sum price. So 10 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 5 plus plus 4. Okay, $157 is what I have all of these books totaled at. I will dump them all right now at $1.40. So $1.40, that's going to save you $17. $140 gets you all these books here. That includes Todd McFarlane's first issue of Amazing Spider-Man. That's where you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. So, if you factor that in, 140 minus what the price I had on it was 85, you're basically getting all the other books here for just $55. It's a Marvel G.I. Joe. I don't know if it was during the Territory Day, Joe, because I'm not really like familiar with like the wrestling very much. I watched WWF a very little bit when I was like in my like youth. I would say from the ages of like 8 to like 13, I was watching it. But I wasn't like a regular on wrestling. I really liked Mr. Perfect. He was awesome. He was great. But yeah, Joe, that's a Marvel G.I. Joe, and it's an early one, 23. It's going to go for just $4. It's an interesting cover, and it's a direct edition of the book, too. All right. Now it's time to bust out those new books. The stuff I just picked up for you guys. All the newbies. So these are all books you guys have not seen before. Maybe you've seen them on the show, but these are fresh. This is all fresh stock. I just picked it up yesterday. And the first book, and these are all $2 books, by the way. So this is the time to call it as you see it. I have Deathbringer #1 going for $2. By the way, if anybody's interested in getting that slab set over there, I would consider another price. So if you really want this, if you're really interested in the Grand slab, but $300 is not something you're willing to do, throw me an offer and I'll at least entertain it. If it's not, an offer I'd like, I'll just tell you, hey, I don't want to do it. Joe, I got you on the G.I. Joe. Thank you, man. G.I. Joe! I have DC, The Final Night #3. That's going to go for just $2. $2 on this. And then Chris Deiskell, let me know when you're watching the show. Next set I got here, these better go quick because if no one grabs these, I will be shocked. I have Amazing Spider-Man 185 going for $2. It's a pretty beat up copy, but it's just $2. And I have Amazing Spider-Man 248, also kind of a beat up copy, $2. Get them both for $4. This is a steal. Get some early Amazing Spider-Mans for like super cheap. And then I got one of my favorite comic series of all time, All-Star Superman. This helped inspire the look and feel of Warline for sure. I mean, I had a huge influence drawn from this. Or there was a huge influence drawn from this. And this actually made me appreciate Grant Morrison as a writer because it just was a really damn good story. I don't really like Grant Morrison, if I'm being honest. Like, I find his work to be a bit confusing and a little all over the place sometimes. It's hard for me to just kind of care and pay attention. But All-Star Superman was definitely a book that I could follow, even as somebody who's not like the biggest Grant Morrison fan. And I know all you comic geeks out there are like, oh, you do not like Grant Morrison. You're such an idiot. Like, you're such a moron. But you know what? That's fine. Because I'll bitch slap you with good deals. I love y'all. All right, I got All-Star Superman number 2 going for $2. Number 3 is going for $2. Number 4 is going for $2. This is a really cool issue, by the way. Number 5 is $2, and number 6 is $2. Okay, it's a nice run filler right there. We got all 5 books going for just $10. I might have more copies of the rest of the series, but all these are going to go for 2. It's going to go for 10. 10 for the set. Yeah, All-Star Superman is good. Yeah, I got you. I just put it on as a graphic novel bundle set, David Moore, because you pretty much bought all the graphic novels on there. So, but it's in there. You got the Swamp Thing and you have the Adastra. That's all included on your invoice, sir. All right. The next book we got here is Speed Racer 22. That's going to go for $2. And I have Drunken Fist. What number is it? 46. Drunken Fist 46. $2. Doesn't want to be a double dragon. Sorry. All right, next up I got Deadly Class 52 and 53. $4 on these. $4 on these. 2 for $4. Yes. I just got... Guys, I'm in a good mood. What can I say? It's the holidays. I'm here. I'm really feeling the flow of having moved everything over here today. And things are on the up and up. I'm about to submit all the books, all the files over to our printer to get Yushin number 2 through 4 reprinted so we can have them in time for the convention season, which kicks off next year and in March, and also get our Kickstarter stuff fulfilled. And we're also moving forward with getting Warline wrapped up with colors, and then we're going to move on to letters with that. So Warline's going to be coming up soon, and I'm doing a lot of restructuring right now, and I'm having a lot of fun. So if I'm energetic, that's why. But it's great to be here with you guys. Edward, I'm happy you're here, man. I got Maelstrom number 1. This is going to go for $2. And I'll be honest with you guys, I had a really tough week. Those of you who know I'm going through some things right now. It's been kind of like a roller coaster in life. Like, I've just been all over the place. And there are some days I just wake up and I have a really hard time getting out of bed. There are other times when I'm feeling like I've, made things very difficult for everyone around me, and that makes me sad too. And it's one of those things where you can only beat yourself up for so long. You have to learn to love yourself and move on and believe that you can overcome whatever hardships life throws at you. That's what life does. That's what life's all about. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be having success, and we'd have much fewer things to complain about, like the rise of gas prices, which is making it really hard for people to call it as they see it. quality of gas sucks too. I'm going full electric.
I mean, logically, if everybody would be successful, everything would be extremely expensive.
And what he's actually got a point there, because everybody would be successful. But the system is rigged, you see. And Uncle Sam will tell you all about that on April 15th. Oh, the things we get to look forward to, especially as small business owners. Small business owner, I'm operating at a loss. Snagglepuss, number 6, going for $2. Drunken fist sounds like a bad sex move. Joppy, no! Oh, that was great. That was amazing. That was amazing. All right. So next book I got here is The Power of Shazam, number 11. I figured I never really stocked Shazam books, but I just saw it and I'm like, do I have any Shazam fans out there? So this is gonna go for $2. And I think I have another one somewhere. I have Brian Azzarello's brother Lano, number 1. So this is a spin-off from 100 Bullets, and Lano is one of the main characters throughout the story. And this is like a new series he gets, like a spin-off. And it's going for $2, issue 1. So if you're a 100 Bullets fan, you want to check out that spin-off, I got it. I got a Transformers series here, Headmasters number 1 and number 4. These are really beat up copies. Like they're literally just barely holding together. But I'm going to do the set right now for $4. So it's just $2 a pop on these. Probably in a better condition copies of these books will go for like $10 a pop, I would assume. But $2 a pop on those. I have House of Slaughter number 2. That's going to go for $2. House of Slaughter number 2. Wow. The whole system's out of order. Your mom's also out of order. All right. Power of Chihuahua. The Power of Shawing. All right. I got The Living Corpse. Relics, number 5 of 6. This is going to go for $2. I got Emo Boy, number 3. Now, we all know there's an Emo Boy fan out there somewhere. There's an Emo Boy fan inside all of our hearts here. And I can track down more of this series if you're interested. It's from Slave Labor Graphics. I'm going to assume this is a comedy book, or it's probably not. It's probably real sad and emo, and it makes you want to cry like a little sissy was boy wiener. All right, this can go for $2. Sissy wissy was boy wiener. I got Superman: The 10-Cent Adventure. This is really cool. DC released these in 2002, I want to say. 2001, and it was a way to kind of get new readers on Superman. So I got this going for $2. All right, we're not ready for this yet. I'll have to come back to that. I got The Flash, number 9, number 10, and number 11. This is from the New 52 line. So we got all 3 of these going for just $6. $6 on this set here. $6 on the set for The Flash, number 9 through 11. From the New 52. I have Adventures of Superman 500. This is going to go for just $2. So $2 on that. That's a cool cover. This is the issue where he comes back to life. Come back to me, Superman. Come back to me. Paul, is that you? No, it's your mother, you fish. All right, this is going to go for $2. I don't know why I would say that, but whatever. Don't blame me. Blame the government. Classic X-Men number 19 is $2. Number 24 is $2. We got both going for $4. $4 on these classic X-Men stories, which I hear have some really cool backup stories that are really dark and scary. Final prices, number one, sketchbook number 1 is going to go for $2. What's up, Bex?
You're scary.
Huh?
You're scary.
Am I? I can see you just shivering in your bones over there. What if I do this to you? And I throw fireballs at you like this? Raging fireball move! You know what I just did? I just dad joked you to death.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. That was something I kind of liked about Bleach, by the way, was when they were fighting in the beginning of that of the show, the dad and the son were fighting. You didn't appreciate that enough. He doesn't care. Like this, like if you guys have ever seen Bleach, like the first episode shows the dad and son fighting, and the dad just like totally like clotheslines his son as he walks through the door and like whoops his ass. It's pretty funny.
No, the kid wins.
Yeah, the kid eventually wins, but his dad like starts the fight. That's what's gonna happen between us in a couple of years. So I gotta get my ass whoopings in as much as I can on you while I can still overpower you. And then after that, I will have to begin learning the technique of what's it called, nerve pinching and stuff like that, because that's gonna be the only way I could get you after that is just with like a straight chop to the neck, to the gullet. Hey! Sorry, guys. There's no abuse in this household. I love you. Stop coughing! Dad joked him into it. Yes, I sure did. Hey, by the way, if you want, you can go get yourself a cough drop.
Can I get Culver's?
No. No.
Yes, that will.
Yeah, Chuck says, so my editor said to you, or he just said, Max seems like a hard worker. How much for him to do some house cleaning for me? He's going to need his own toothbrush and knee pads.
One full Culver's meal.
Huh?
One full Culver's meal.
One full Culver's meal. All right, dude, you have no idea how much you're like getting yourself in on a raw deal. Chuck is cleaning. He would be cleaning house. He will totally get you a Culver's meal if you clean his house and do chores for him. No problem.
Is his house dirty?
Chuck, when should I send him out to you? I'll book a one-way ticket.
No.
One-way ticket. One-way ticket. All right, sorry. All right, I got Marvel Comics Presents number 89. These cool Sam Keith covers, number 90 and number 102. These are going to go for just $2 a pop, guys. $6. Just grab them at $6. That's a steal right there. I have some Why the Last Man. I have Why the Last Man number 49. I have number 50. And I have number 51. All going for $6. $6 on the set. Let's see. You'll even get you dessert. Welcome to paradise. Is it cold there now, Chuck? Down in Texas? I know up in Canada it is. I have Zorro number 2. Zorro. All right. This is by Don McGregor, who created Eric Killmonger and has done a ton of work for Marvel. I love Don. He's a wonderful man. I was actually going to publish something that I was interested in publishing, and we had a conversation about me possibly publishing a story that he did with another really fantastic artist. And unfortunately, I just wasn't the right guy for the job. But man, it was a really great story. All right, the next book I have here is Zorro number 4 and Zorro number 5. I'm going to do all 3 of these Don McGregor Zorro books for just $6. Don's an awesome dude. Great writer. Someone's asking if you could bag and board comics. 62 degrees? Well, that beats the 30 degrees we're dealing with here in Chicago right now. It's cold and nasty. It's been such a gross week. And
you're gross.
Why, do you like the weather?
Oh, you're gross.
Why are you calling me gross?
Because you are. That's true.
He's going to be a grounded vampire in a minute. Yeah, grounded old bear. I have X-Men number 11. Hey, look, it's Count Dracula, and he's coming on to Professor X. Like, hey, Professor X, it's me, Count Dracula. All right, this is going to go for $2. All right, next up I got Hawk and Dove, number 22 and 23. We're going to do the pair for $4. Very nasty up in here. He's coughing.
You're nasty.
Yeah, people are telling you to stop coughing. My customers are getting really annoyed that you're coughing so much. Gotta tone it down. Hey, if you want a father, I'll give you a spanking. All right, I got Black Road, number 5. That's going to go for $2. Call it as you see it. $2 on that. I have The Power of Shazam, number 31. See, there's that other Shazam book. Shazam, show. Whoop, 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 whoop. $2. Throw it on with that other one. So it's 11 and 31. That's going to go for $4 for the set. I got Voices Heritage, Marvel Voices Heritage, number 1. That's going to go for $2. $2 on that. And then, Joe, I thought of you and I picked these up. I got The Science Fair Story of Electronics from Radio Shack. I got 2 fresh copies of this book going for $2 a pop. Yeah, sometimes I do shop for you guys, but that's just that one book that I always get because I think Joe wants to own every single copy of it in existence or something. I remember you were telling me that. Yeah, he does have to do it for free and call chores. Well, the business, that's why do you think I brought my business back home? I'll take one of those. Okay, got you, brother. I have Gambit and the Externals, number 1. This is going to go for $2. $2 on that. Philip, what's up, man? Good to see you. Listen to the cemetery trees. I've just downloaded the Wallflowers album. I really like it. That's Jacob Dylan, Bob Dylan's son's band. And I was a real big fan of them back in the 90s. I really like their music. And you guys are going to be like, oh my God, that music's so lame, Onrie. You suck with your music, idiot. And I'll just be like, shut up. All right, sorry. By the way, I have another Marvel Comics Presents here. I have number 85. We're going to add that over to our bundle set. So now we got 4 issues of Marvel Comics Presents going for just $8. Wolverine 74 is $2. That's cool, man. Watson, what's up, brother? Are you guys in for some indie comics right now? Because we are gracing the presence of a creator whose comics I have right over here. I have not had a chance to read these yet, but Mike graciously hooked me up with books from his publishing company, Freestyle Comics. And these are really gorgeous looking books. So if I got anybody in the house right now who wants to hear the pitch for these books, let me know. I have them right here for you guys. And we got some good deals. I just want to finish building out this $2 rack here. So if you guys want to hear the pitches for these books, we got the creator here. And he can, hopefully answer some questions for us, if anything. And we can kind of see if we can move some of these books because they're really awesome. And I really believe in this creator. So give me just a second here. Let's build out the rest of this first $2 rack here, and then we'll move on. We'll do everything else here. Watson, how you doing, buddy? You having a good holiday? Everything going well, man? Mike Watson, I have so much respect for you, dude. You are I honestly don't think I would be here doing these shows if it wasn't for Michael Watson. When I saw how he reacted to COVID by doing his art shows, that was a huge, huge inspiration for me. I saw a visionary at work, and that definitely led me down to the path that I'm now on right now. So I owe you a ton of gratitude just for that alone. But on top of that, he's just the sweetest man, and I honestly believe he's a visionary. He is going to conventions. He is spreading the wonderful word about his work, but he's also passing on his knowledge of comics to help educate and to help promote, and his energy and excitement for this industry is unmatched. I have much respect for you, sir. I got Marvel Team Up, Hulk and Kazar, number 104, going for just $2. I have Marvel Toon 1, The Thing, and Blue Diamond, number 79. That's going to go for $2. This next one's a really awesome find. Check this out. X-Force number 15 for $2. Early Deadpool, $2. Someone better grab that. That's I think maybe the third or fourth Deadpool or something. I mean, that's definitely a book I don't mind putting up on eBay. Dude, what are you, oh my godding, thank you so muching me for? I should be, oh my godding, thanking so much you. You're awesome, dude. You really are. Like you, Victor, you guys truly are the hardest working people in comics. I have so much respect for you. We all do. I got Law Dog number 8 going for $2. All right, Star Trek: The Next Generation number 2 is going for $2. Uncanny X-Men number 303 is going for $2. See, what I'm trying to do right now is every time I have a creator and I'm like building up like good faith with them, what I'm really doing is I'm preparing for the future for when Ted and I finally declare war against each other. Whose side is everybody going to be on? And they're obviously going to be on my side because I'm the nicer guy. Like Ted's a bit of a pill, you know. He makes coffee nervous. See, you guys all banded together. You and Victor, me and Ted, we don't band together. We just throw each other under the bus all the time. We're just constantly screwing. Actually, you guys do screw with each other too. In fact, I think one of the books that I may have picked up, or one of the books you were telling me about, was how you and Victor get into it over Facebook. And you have like a scribble war book, which is really cool. So if you guys can message Michael about this. I don't think I have a copy of this, but I know he does. If you guys know Victor Dangerous Jr., he's also another Ohio-based creator. Him and Michael Watson, they collaborate frequently with each other, and they're just super talented, super fun guys, and they're super into fandom. And they, constantly go back and forth with each other on Facebook and everything, and they put together a book about it. With all the posts and all the responses and everything that you guys can read, which I think is such a clever idea. Like these guys are always coming up with clever ideas and then they're executing on it. It's like whenever I go by their booth, I always think to myself, how did I not think of that? You know, it's just so clever. A great way to engage and to constantly build on your audience base. These guys know how to do it. I absolutely have the utmost respect for freestyle comics, because it's one thing, like when I go to a con and I'm selling Eastern Shin, I don't know if I'll ever see those people again. I got them for that one moment that they buy Eastern Shin, they move on. My goal is to keep people coming back. That's really the main thing. If you don't have people coming back, then you can't really grow your business. And I think Michael is constantly doing everything possible to really cultivate that feeling of you belong and join us. Let's be a part of the freestyle comics movement. So yeah, that's stuff I learned from you. So, oh my God, thank you so much for doing that, because I truly am learning from it. I have New Avengers number 14. This is a cool Doctor Strange cover. This is going to go for $2. You can't spell dishonest without TED. That was great. I totally hooked him up there, didn't I? Do I even have that video? I should show that video if I have it. New Avengers 14 is off to David Moore. I got you. Well, I only have one video where I make fun of Ted right now, and I could show it off real quick. It's very, very, it's a very short video, but it needs a little bit of a build-up. It's like a less than 30 seconds. But Ted and I like to share our rejection stories when we go to conventions. So, like, when he gets rejected, he sends me, like, he'll tell me his stories. And, like, we, whenever we're at a show together, we go to dinner and we lament about everything. And then he sticks me with the bill. So, remember, you owe me for this. Remember that one time I did that? Yeah, I got you, Onrie. And he will never comp another dinner ever again. It's terrible. It's absolutely awful. Actually, I think I did get a comp dinner from him in Cincinnati. I was like, how about I get tonight, you get tomorrow? So, but anyway, what's funny about it is when we were, when we were sharing stories at one point, he sent me a video of like a rejection he got where he was like, hey, can I tell you about my comic? And the guy just walked past and was like this. And he sent me the video of him doing the impression. It was just so fantastic. So around the time that I launched my Kickstarter, I made a video and made fun of him. And then I tried sharing it on here, but I think it missed the mark. But now that I've prenupped you guys for this, I can show you the video real quick. And this is it right here.
It's time for another episode of Ted Rejects the Dinner Comp.
Hey, Ted, should I launch my Kickstarter?
Hey, Ted, do you think my fans will be upset that I'm pushing back my Kickstarter? Hey, Ted, can you help me find deals on comics? Hey, Ted, can you tell me what you really think of the Baymont Hotel?
Hey, Ted, can I thank you for helping me with my Kickstarter by buying you dinner?
This has been Ted Rejects the Dinner Comp. And just remember, folks, you can't always get what you want.
I totally misquoted him one time. So if you guys ever watched my show, Onward with Onrie, I used to do this. I would take cameras with me and go on the road and film myself working at conventions and put together episodes and stuff. But there's like 90 episodes of it up on YouTube. You can just, do a search for it, Onward with Onrie. And there's an episode over there where I misquoted Ted saying, you can't always get what you want, which is something he did say to me. But the main thing that he said was, see the gift in your problem. But I misquoted him there. So I figured I'd misquote him here too. It was the best way to end the video. He got really ticked off by it too. It was like, he had that look on his face. It was great. All right, I got Aaron Strips, #1. This is going to go for $2. All right, the next book I got here, I know is a $10 book. I got RoboCop #1, going for $2 right now. Number 16 is $2, and number 17 is $2. $6 on the set. I have Dragon Ring, The Hunt Begins. I think this is like a #1 or something. It's gonna go for $2. I got Green Hornet #1 and #2 going for $2 from Now Comics. I got Power Man and Iron Fist #117. That's going to go for $2. I have The Good Asian. I think this is #0. I don't even know what issue number it is. Number 10. How am I supposed to know it's number 10? It's not written on. Oh, 10. It's written at the bottom. All right, $2 on this. I have Akiniro, The Path of Cloak and Wolf. 2 of 3. This is just a cool cover. I saw it. I'm like, oh, this would be cool. $2. Buffy #24, #25. That's going to go for $4. I have Doctor Strange #62. We got Doom on the cover here. This is going to go for $2. Doctor Doom, Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Doom has wanted to become Sorcerer Supreme for like a really long time. Like, he really just wants that title. And they're like, hell no! Hell no! Oh, hell no! I got JLA Destiny, number 3 of 4, going for $2. And I got Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, book 8. This is going to go for $2. The Army of Darkness, 1979, number 4. That's going to go for $2. And I have West Coast Avengers Annual number 8. That's going to go for $2. Okay, so it's got a trading card in there. A Raptor Super Being trading card. I'll throw that in there for anybody who picks up the book. All right, so I'm going to count how many comics we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 30, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Got 67 comics here, guys. If I were to sell them all off at $2 a pop, it's going to put me somewhere around $134, which is not what I'm going to charge for this. I'm going to charge $40 for the rack, double rack, $40. Get all these books at $40, $40, $40, $40. These are all yours. Hey ya, hey ya, beep 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 beep, beep 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 beep. Hey ya, hey ya. Let's do it. Let's do it. $40 on the double rack. $40 effing dollars. Come on, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do this. I got X-Force number 1 with the Deadpool card inside. I will do this right now for just $10. This like had like a little spike in sales at one point and actually jumped up in value to like $25 or something like that. I sold a copy of it, but that one I'll just do for 10 because it's got to move. Hey, yeah, that was a great issue. That Strange number 1, I love that book, Joe. That was awesome. So $40 for the double rack. That's both racks at $40. $40. No takers on 40. I'm going to drop it down to 30. Let's just do it at 30. $30. These are all yours. He's got to move. He's got to move. $30 for the double rack. That's $15 per rack. You're getting 67. You're getting more than $67. You're getting like, was it 67? Did I really have 67? I guess so. 67 comics. Either way, I did the counting. I'm not going to do it again. 67 comics for $30. You do the math on how much you're saving. Plus, you get a spin on the wheel. Who want to move these books? Clear them out. Clear them out. $30. All right, final offer before I take these down. I'm going to sell them again at $2 and recycle them because these will get recycled. $25 and a spin on the wheel for all of these books here. $25 and a spin on the wheel. $25 spin on the wheel for the double rack. Double rack. Getting Uncanny X-Men 303, Wolverine 74, Hulk and Kazar, early Deadpool. I'm definitely going to pull that and put it up on eBay. This is an eBay book right here. And what else is eBay stuff here? I'll just pull it all and I'll show it off to you and I'll set it off to the side. In fact, I'll start doing it right now. Give you guys 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go back to the books that I'm going to pull for eBay right now for our eBay store. And at that point, we will be pricing them at market value, fair market value, of course. And I think we'll take the Shazam books too. Okay, so these are the books that I'm going to list up on eBay right now. Okay, $30 deal. We got it. Leonard Pig's jumping in at 30. Good call, Leonard. That was easy. That was easy. Thank you, sir. Made my life very, very easy. Thank you, sir. Hey, ya! Hey, ya! Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. You guys know what I'm singing. Hell no! Hell no! Beep, 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 beep. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! This is what I love, though. This is the greatest feeling in the world when I can take these comics and put them here in a big stack and say, this is what I did today. I sold a bunch of comics. I feel really great about this. And Leonard, you got yourself a heck of a deal here. We got you lots of really wonderful books here. Look at this. All for 30. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. You get a spin on the wheel right now. And we're going to start building out a new rack because that's what we do on Kickin' It. All right. Taking Black Panther 2. And that 5. Leonard, you're 15 away from free shipping on your order. And Leonard's received plenty of big boxes from me, guys. This is how I do it. You spend $50 with me, I got you on shipping. Don't worry about it. Got you covered. Yes, absolutely. The morning meds of positivity. All right. Actually, before we start building out a new rack, we got to do FOMO books. But I got to replace that that other book. So I'm going to replace the Black Panther with a book that I really need to move. And that is Uncanny X-Men number 128, which I'm into for $25. I originally priced this at $40, and no one wanted it. I brought it down to $35. No one wanted it. Brought it down to $30. Now I just want to break even on it. $25. Take this off my hands. Let me go buy something else. $25. This is a break-even book for me. It's a break-even book for me. All right. Leonard, you got a spin on the wheel. Let's do this. You get a free Marvel book. I'll throw in another free Marvel book for you. And thank you, sir. Dude, Leonard, we got to hang out sometime. Are you going to go to that Northwest Indiana Comic-Con? That's in your neck of the woods. You're in Kokomo, right? You should come out for that. You should hang out, dude. All right, I have Anime Guide. That's just Anime Guide. This is going to go for $2. I have Zombie Trap number 83 from Action Lab. This is going to go for $2. I have Pearl issue 3. That's going to go for $2. And I have Lex Luthor Man of Steel number 2. That's going to go for $2. I might have more of that. All right, cool. You should see if you can get a table out there because you create comics too, right? And if you do, then I want to buy your stuff. And I was supposed to do FOMO books, and I didn't even air the SKIDBARK video. God, I suck. All right, so we're doing FOMO books now. So get ready for this. I'm not marking up any of the prices of these books. I'm just literally, these are books that I've read because I wanted to pick them off the racks and read them. I take very good care of these comics. I put them back in, their boards and bags when I'm done reading them. And then I resell them because it's time for me to pass them on. So I have this variant edition of Black Panther number 1. It's a John Romita Jr. cover. He does not do the interior work on this book. This Black Panther story was really fantastic. It's basically, it kind of goes after what I think Captain America did very well, was it's very espionage-y. So this is Black Panther espionage, and it's really, really good. He is about to get involved in some like really serious stuff. I love what they're doing with T'Challa, and how they've expanded the character in the mainstream Marvel universe. I hate that they killed him on screen, but I love what they're doing with him in the comic. I'm glad that he still lives on. He's a great character, and we are going to do this at $5. This is our first. You are a creator, yeah. I want to buy some of your books. So this is going for $5. I'm not marking it up. I just read it yesterday. It's a John Romita Jr. variant. I'm going to put it up there. If it doesn't sell, it'll end up on this bottom row. And if it doesn't sell from the bottom row, it'll end up on eBay. So I'm giving you guys plenty of opportunities to pick this up later on. But I do only have one copy of it. I think Pete can get me a second one. So I know I saw another copy of it yesterday. But that Black Panther book was real tight. I like it. The next book I have here is from Frank Miller Presents Ancient Enemies, number 1 of 6. This is written by Dan Didio. I think the price tag on this was $7, if I'm not mistaken. It's a really big book. Like it's a giant-sized book. That's what they did with the Frank Miller Presents books. Here's something I'm going to have to say that I really admire about Dan Didio. He had a really long and stellar career at DC. He did a lot for DC. He did a lot while he was at DC. And now his career path has changed. And it's really hard because once you reach that level, when you're in corporate for such a long time and you get to this really high point, the only place you can really go is down, right? It's what happens to a lot of people. It's not what's happening with Dan Didio, though. Dan is now working with Frank Miller, and they're putting out new stuff, and he made his own comic called Ancient Enemies through Frank Miller's company, and of which he's the publisher, so he can do that. And it's a very Justice League-y type story. That's all I'm going to say about it. If you're a fan of Dan Didio's work at DC, I think you'll feel right at home at this. With this, it's a really great book, and it's just going for $7 right now. We're doing cover price on that. Black Panther is off to Leonard. Leonard, you're at 40. Next book I have here is for David Moore. We have Akira Taco Bell, number 18. Akira Taco Bell, number 18. Man, I really, really wanted something very specific for Warlion. And as I'm looking at the colors of this book, which is the first digitally colored book in history, I'm realizing that we really hit the mark here. And I'm so happy with all the work that is being done on Warlion right now, but it is heavily inspired by what I saw in the colorized version of Akira, the first digitally colored comic in history. Now, this isn't number 1. This is actually number 18. But I really loved that Marvel took this license and decided we're going to publish this, but we're also going to color it. We're not just going to bring it back in black and white. That was awesome. That was a bold move, and it was worth doing. Akira number 18 is going to go for just $5 today. So $5 on that. It's just got to move. The next book we have here is Spider-Man number 1. This is Legacy number 157. It starts off an all-new series with written by Dan Slott, who was writing Amazing Spider-Man for a long time, and Mark Bagley, who has been illustrating it for a very long time. Mark's a fantastic guy. So is Dan. I've met Dan. Mark kind of knows me. He's like, I know who you are. What do you want? Because I nerd out in front of Mark. I'm like, oh, Mark, I love you. You're my favorite. All right. So that's what happens all the time when I'm around Mark Bagley. Because seriously, he really did have such a huge influence on me with Ultimate Spider-Man, with his Amazing Spider-Man run. He's just one of my favorite artists. So seeing him on this book is great. It's a lot of fun. It spins off from what's currently going on in the Amazing Spider-Man storyline, which I don't know if you guys are reading it. I'm all caught up on Amazing Spider-Man. And it's been really great. Zeb Wells is doing some good stuff on there. They're doing a crossover called Dark Web right now. So what's kind of nice is that this Spider-Man story is telling its own little arc. So if you're not interested in picking up all 18 chapters of Dark Web and all the tie-ins and everything, you could read this and get your fill of like current Spider-Man stuff. And here's what's going on in Spider-Man right now. Something happened 6 months ago that forced Spider-Man to do something that he would never do. And now 6 months pass and he finds himself completely secluded from everybody in his life. Like Aunt May doesn't trust him anymore. Mary Jane has moved on and she's gotten remarried. He, of course, is behind on his bills. He's just having a really hard time. The only person who can help him now is Norman Osborn, who is his good friend. And Peter owes Norman a big favor because of what happened 6 months ago, which we still don't know. But apparently now, Norman Osborn is the good guy, and Peter Parker is working for him. It's a really cool concept. It's a different, bold direction for Spider-Man, something that I haven't seen done in a while. And as a Spider-Man fan, as a lifelong Spider-Man fan who's had his ebbs and flows that have tracking the series, I have to say that I'm enticed to pick up the next issues of Spider-Man. I really want them to finish up this Dark Web so that they can get back to their main storyline. And that's always when Marvel kind of gets me, is when they do these little spin-offs, because it really pulls me out of the story. I don't want to be, if I want to read Dark Web, I will pick up Dark Web separately, stop tying it into the main series. But the reason why they're doing that is because they're buying a buffer for guys like John Romita Jr. to get caught up, and so that they can do the next thing. And it's also a chance to get other artists in to try different things. And honestly, Dark Web hasn't been that bad. It hasn't been great to the point where I want to go and like pick up everything that's going on with it, but I think it's only going to last like another 2 issues. And if those issues do something that kind of like really entices me to like want to go and get the rest of it, I will. Otherwise, I'll just wait for them to pop up in dollar bins and I'll just pop them out and read them myself, you know. But what's really great about this is you can just kind of jump in on Spider-Man here and get a separate tale, and it's self-contained. So I have the first 2 issues of that. So this is like super secret FOMO right here. And this is regular FOMO. So I got 5 on this, 4 on that. I'll do the pair for $9. So that's $9 on the pair. These are just going for cover price. We're not inflating the prices at all. We just want to move these on. The next book we have here is Damn Them All, #1. This is a foil cover from Boom Studios. Akira Taco Bell goes off to David Moore. I knew he was going to go after that. Akira Taco Bell. All right. The next book we have here is Damn Them All. This is by Charlie Adlard, who did a lot of the illustrations for Walking Dead. He's done a number of series since. So it's basically kind of like Constantine meets True Detective is really kind of what I would call this. It's Constantine meets True Detective. It's about this girl here. She had an uncle who taught her sorcery and how to summon stuff. And now he dies and someone else is summoning stuff. And she's working to figure out who's doing it. And it's a pretty suspenseful book. I did like it. If you're into like True Detective and Constantine, this is going to be up your alley. And it's a #1. This is the foil cover. This one I'm going to do for 10, and then I have just the regular #1 going for 5. All right, Leonard Pig is taking Spidey 1 and 2. That's a good call, brother. That's a good call. They're 49 now, sir. Chris, what's up, brother? Who are you calling tough guy? Chris Thayer, he slayed like 800 liquor bottles yesterday by himself at his holiday party. Because we all know that if you work in comics, you have multiple personalities. So, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. So we're graced by the presence of yet another creator I will actually get some of your books next week. I have them still in my warehouse. So we sold off all your single issues, but I still have your trades. So I'll see if we can move them next week. But Chris Thayer is an incredibly talented dude, independent comics creator, just like myself. He draws himself. Really great guy. He works with another pal of mine, Ron Miltz. They're an awesome, epic team. These guys really bust their asses at conventions. They work really hard. They're great salespeople, and they're just good guys all together. We had so much fun together out in Seattle for Emerald City. I've had lots of great memories from Emerald City Comic Con. Chuck Pino and I and Doug Brown and we had a great year in 2021. But I have to say, Ron Miltz and Chris Thayer, they really helped bring in 2022. And I'm talking to Reed Pop right now. We'll see if I can get back in for 2023. I just sent the follow-up email yesterday. So if you guys can keep your fingers crossed for me, say a prayer or two, I would really appreciate it. I really hope that they'll be kind enough to let me back onto their show circuit. We'll see. We've definitely been in talks, so hopefully they'll forgive me for my tremendous errors from earlier this year. But on to bigger and better things here. I have Wolverine number 24, Jim Lee cover. This is an iconic Jim Lee cover. I'm into this for $8. I just want to sell it for $10. Who wants this? It's yours. Come grab it. Been hanging on to that book since August. Great FOMO book. I just have the one, Edward. Working on Grace 13 and 14. My man. Keep working hard, brother. That's awesome, Joe. Joe, we really need to actually hang out this next year. Like this is BS. Like 21, like Joe was like in a completely different area of the show, and then 22 he didn't come. So 23, I'm forcing you to come out and hang out one night. You have and I'm buying you dinner. All right, I'm not kidding. I'm buying you dinner. Come on out. And I think Ted's coming in too. I'm shacking up Ted. Well, I'm not shagging Ted. I don't want to shag Ted. Definitely don't want to shag Ted. If I gave anybody the impression that I was shagging Ted, I apologize sincerely. But he will be shacking up with me for C2E2. And if I know any other creators, I know need a place to just crash during C2E2, you guys can come and crash with me at my house. If you're another creator who's doing the show and you want to save some money, I live about an hour away from the convention center. I'm going to be driving up there every day. I have no problems. Like if you drive up, you can leave your car parked over by me, and I will take care of you. But I got to know you, of course. But hit me up. Shocking. It's shocking. All right, the next book I have here is Ronin, Book 2. I read this the day it came out. I was really fascinated and excited about this book. Ronin, Book 2, introduces us to a different concept. So if you've read Ronin, the original series, it's about a Ronin who dies fighting a demon and then is resurrected in the future. But then you find out that he wasn't resurrected and that there was no demon, that it was part of a program. And this guy created memories based on a story he had heard or something like that. It's just really twisted stuff. This kind of starts all that up again, but this time through the lead female character from the previous storyline and her son that she had with the Ronin. So it's kind of like an opposite lone wolf and cub. It's the mom is the fierce warrior, and her son is hanging out in the little crypt behind her back. And the son is actually kind of he grows up in this, and he kills this demon, and it's really just a feast for the eyes, I would say. Philip Tan does the art on here, and I really think he knocked it out of the park on this. He really did a good job of being Philip Tan, but on a Frank Miller book, on a Frank Miller project. It doesn't feel like anything's getting lost. I kind of felt like this really expands on what Frank had originally done. And I'm a big Frank Miller fan. I really respect and admire everything he has done for comics. It's an honor to be associated with a group that had the opportunity to interview him, the experience. So that was that was really cool. So I'm a big Frank Miller fan. I have really high hopes for Frank Miller Presents. I want them to be successful. I want to see more things like this happen because it pushes me to want more for myself. And it shows me that even no matter how old you get or no matter how much things change throughout the course of your career, Frank Miller could be argued that Frank Miller is the single best and single worst comics creator of all time because he's done such great stuff, but then he's also put out Holy Terror, which, you know, was a dud. But I think we all go through that, you know, and to see that he's still trying to push something, he's still trying to make things happen. That is initiative, and that's something I really admire. So we got this Ronin Book 2 going for $7 right here, and I highly recommend picking it up. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this one. And then we got the last book here. This is going to go for $5. This is Junkyard Joe #1. Junkyard Joe is done by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, and it takes place during the Vietnam War, and it's basically the Vietnam War. Soldiers are fighting, and then a big robot gets dropped down and is protecting them and, you know, fighting the war with them. They don't know anything about who he is or who sent him or anything, but he's fighting on their side. He's fighting on the American side. They can't communicate with anybody. They're just, all these soldiers are stuck. They've lost communication. This is the only guy that can get them to where they're going. And where is he taking them? Who knows? It's a really great book. $5. It's the #1. I really liked it. Yeah, it is. It's a great series. So those are your FOMO books for today.
What are FOMO books?
Shacking, fear of missing out. FOMO is fear of missing out, Max. Because and I'll be doing this every week, by the way, from now on. I'll be taking books that I read myself, and then I will put them up as our FOMO books for Friday shows only. Everything else is going to get recycled throughout the week. And, you know, I'll be adding stuff, but the Friday shows, the FOMO books on there will be reserved for books that I've read that I'm now looking to, you know, to move on from. So Wolverine is off to Leonard, who now has free shipping on his order. Thank you, Leonard. My pitch didn't do it justice? Well, I only read the first issue, Joe. Why didn't my pitch do it justice? What am I missing here? I don't know how, and I haven't read the rest of the series, so I wouldn't know. So what do we got here? 15, 25. If you guys want to clear off the rest of the FOMO books, actually there's right here. You just want the 4 books up there. That's 10, 7, 7, so 14, 10. It's 24 plus Junkyard Joe, 29. I'll do them all at $25. Take $4 off. $29 for the rest of $25 for the remaining books here. You want to throw on the Damn Them All, the regular edition. I can do it for 20 in that case. So it'd be 15 for the pair, 5, 10, 25. I'll do these at 20. If you have the, if you decide to take the foil cover, then it'll be 25. Or if you want them both, then it'll just be 30 for the rest of the FOMO books. All right, so let's see here. Now I'm going to bust out some books that I got from Pete yesterday. So these are all bagged and boarded. We're going to be doing some really cheap lenticulars right now. This is totally worth checking out, so be on the lookout for these books here. I have Wonder Woman Justice League Dark #1, The Witching Hour. This is going to go for $2. I have Night Owl #1. That'll be $2. I have Avengers #347. That is $2. Punisher #3. That is $2. Ultimate Marvel Team Up #1. This is $2. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think issue 1 really showed that up. Like issue 1 was like straight up like them being on the front line, so I don't remember that part of it. And it has been a few days, and I've read like several other comics since then, so I could have easily forgotten that detail, but I did like it. I do remember liking it. I have Free Kool-Aid Comics #1. This is going to go for $2. Because who doesn't want a Kool-Aid comic? And I gotta go back to this for a minute. I have Lex Luthor #4 and #5. This is by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejos. We have 2, 4, and 5 going for $6. The next book I have here is Fight or Die from Harris Comics. Looks like sealed and everything. This is going to go for $2. Yeah, I haven't read the other issues. I got to check it out. I have Curse Words #14 and #15. That's going to go for $4. $4 on this set. I have Swamp Thing #143. That is going to go for $2. I have Justice League Dark #1. That is going to go for $2. Lenticular cover. We're about to do the lenticular barrage here, so $2 lenticular books. I'm going to start it over here. Slapstick #2. That is going to go for $2. Okay. Now the assault begins. All these books that I'm about to show off are DC Futures End lenticular books, all going for just $2. I have Teen Titans 1 going for $2. Wonder Woman Futures End #1 is $2. Swamp Thing #1, $2. Justice League United #1 is $2. Booster Gold #1 is $2. Superman Wonder Woman #1 is $2. Superboy #1 is $2. New Suicide Squad #1 is $2. Sinestro #1 is $2. Red Lanterns #1 is $2. David Moore's calling Swamp Thing. Gotcha on that. Put these up here. These are just beautiful books. I can't believe that I got them for so cheap. $2. Huntress Power Girl #1. That's going for $2. That's because Pete takes care of me. He takes very good care of me. I have GI Zombie #1. That's going to go for $2. If you're ever in the Northbrook area, you got to go check out North Shore Comics in Northbrook. They are one of the best comic shops in Illinois. Pete's got a huge stash of stuff. He just doesn't always bust it out. You gotta be at the right place at the right time when you come to North Shore Comics. But Pete always stocks new comics. He also supports independent creators and things like that. He's a great guy. You got to help him move your stuff, but if you do it, he'll continue to do business with you. Pete's a hardworking guy. Got a lot of respect for the man. I have Trinity of Sin Pandora #1. That's going to go for $2, and Phantom Stranger #1 going for $2. So that is all of our lenticulars here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That would be $28 for all of these lenticular books here. How about we just do them all at 20? Take $4 off. $20. You're basically getting 2 of these for free. You get all those lenticulars at $20. Let's just do it. Let's get rid of them. Get the rest for 20. Build that box. Get that free shipping. Unlock that stuff. I have Suicide Squad #12. That's going to go for $2. I have Hell and Back, Sin City Hell and Back, #1 of 9 and #2 of 9. Get them both for $4. Get both of these for $4. Suicide Squad 12, $2 on that. We got 9 minutes left, and this show will be over, but don't worry, I'll be back on Monday with brand new comics for you guys. So,
And maybe I'll help.
and Max will help at that point because he'll be less sick,
Unless if I get more sick.
which could also happen too. Anything's
Maybe,
possible.
I said maybe, Papa.
Anything's possible. All right. Next book I got here is Betrothed #1 from Aftershock. That's going to go for $2. I have another version of it. $2 for #1. I have Backways #4, Backways #5 going for $2 a pop. So that's $4 on those Betrothed books. And Backways. Young Monsters in Love #1. That's going to go for $2. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #29. That is going to go for $2. Kick-Ass #3. That's going to go for $2. Action Comics 845. That's going to go for $2. Brilliant Trash #2. That's going to go for $2. And then I have Brilliant Trash #4. That's also going to go for $2. And both for $4. Both for $4. I have Venom #153. That's going to go for $2. Venom 153. And I'm going to do this rack over here for I'll do this rack for $15. All of these books for $15, and then I will do this. We can add the lenticulars for another $20. Why don't we just do all of it at 30? If you take it off my hands, it's all of it at 30. What do we say? $30. You get the lenticulars plus the left rack. $30. Got about 7 minutes left. So $30. Plus, if you want to throw on the FOMO books, clear off the double rack here, I'll do it all at $50. And I'll even include the hollow foil here. You give me $50 right now, I will clear off everything on the rack here. You guys take all those books at $50. We'll be moving things on. It'll be great. I will be super happy. You will be super happy. $50. You get everything. All these lenticular books, the rest of the FOMO books. You get all these single issues here. Some really cool stuff here. It's all $50. $50. Call it as you see it. $50. Let's make this win right now. Let's do this. We got 7 minutes left. $50. You get all the lenticulars, all the single issues, all the FOMO books that remain. $50. That is a lot of comics right here. $50. We have 6 minutes left on the clock. 6 minutes left, and then we are going to be done for the week. But have no fear, I will be back on Monday. The brand new episode. I have more stock in my garage, so I'm going to restock from the garage. Get ready for Monday's show. Give you guys the weekend to catch up on stuff. If you need a little bit more time to, getting in to get me paid, but you want to continue to build out your box, that's okay too. No problem. I'll be back on Monday on the Comic Book Shopping Network at 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a really, really great show on Monday. All new comics for the next week. All new comics. Every show is going to be new stuff. This is what we're doing right now in the holiday season. We're cycling through stuff. I want to show you guys new comics every week. I don't want to show you guys the same stuff over and over again. I want to move these as quickly as possible. That's why I'm offering the deals. $50 is now down to $40. $40 for everything. $40 for everything on the double racks. Just take them off my hands. Let's get them out of here. Let's move on with life. $40. $40 on that. Got 4 minutes left on the clock. Or if you want to be generous, 50. 40. David Moore's taking it at 40. Thank you very much, David Moore. $40. We got a deal. And he's got all the FOMO books. He's got everything. He's got the Frank Miller Presents. He's got the photo over here. We just cleared it out. Final few minutes of the show. David Moore, thank you so much, sir. David Moore! We're going to air that David Moore video. David Moore just came in and just whooped some ass as this episode is coming to. David Moore! Hurt? Well, then you maybe that's what you get for behaving like that. Children, what are you gonna do? Dave Moore, you got free shipping on your order, bro. Dang, name. Okay, 40. And let's get you a spin on the wheel, my brother. Thank you. Yeah, let's get you a spin on the wheel. I appreciate you, man. You're the best. Free DC book for David Moore. David Moore, you got a nice big box heading your way. I don't even know how I'm going to ship this thing now. Because you got this plus that big stack of graphic novels. I'm going to have to use an e-box for your order. But we're going to get it out to you. Don't worry about it. We got you covered. You're the man. All right, guys, so we got 2 minutes left on the clock here, and I guess I'm just going to end this by saying that I'm going to list a couple of these books up on eBay right now. Let's pick out what I'm going to put up on eBay real quick, and I'll show that off one more time before we go and put it up there. Let's see, what else do I want to put up there? I really want to get rid of this Invincible Iron Man 63. It's only $3 if anybody wants it. Take the recount. I'll put that up there. Put this up there. And let's see. 1, 2, 3. So that's going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I guess. All right, Amazing Spider-Man 298. I had it priced at 85. It's about to go up on eBay for a lot more. 85 bucks on this. Call it as you see it. Leonard's taking the Iron Man. Thank you, Leonard, for taking that Iron Man off my hands. You rock. You can actually go on a little later. There's no reason why I have to get off the computer right now exactly. So we can go on for a couple more minutes here. Okay, so the Amazing Spider-Man 298 is going up on eBay. I have Marvel Superheroes featuring Hulk and Submariner number 50. Had it priced at $15, brought it down to $10 for you guys. So $10 was what I had on it. No one's buying it. It's going to go up on eBay, $15. I have the Recount Preamble number 1. That's going to go at $6. So that's just going to go at cover price. I have Batman Beyond the White Knight, book 2. That's going to go for cover price of $5. Uncanny X-Men number 128. We got Proteus and Wolverine here. I'm into this book for $25. I'm selling it for $25 right now and right now only. No one wants it. I'm going to throw it up on eBay. Astronaut Down number 1. I'm going to just list this at cover price. So I think it's $5. I'm going to do the same thing for What If Miles Morales number 1, the variant edition. That's going to go for $5 here right now, but on eBay it's going to go for whatever it's going for since it's a variant. And I think that's it. Oh, God Slap. I should put God Slap up there. That's a $12 book. I was selling it for $5. Someone wants it, take it. Now I'm going to throw it up there. The X-Force #1 from with the Deadpool trading card. I was doing that for, what is it, $10, $15, $10, or 15. 15 was what I was doing it for. Stick to 15 on that. I would really love to move this Dark Knight #1. It's only going for $5 right now. You grab it, it's off my hands, off my plate. I mean, I'm probably not going to put this up on eBay, but it is a $20 book if it was in better condition. One more hour. I don't think I could do one more hour. I got other things I got to take care of right now. X-Men 205 is going for 10. I'll just drop it down to 5 if someone's willing to take it off my hands. $5 on this. Otherwise, I'll just recirculate it. And I got Master Kung Fu #52. That's going to go for $5. I think I could probably get a little bit more for this on eBay, so I'll put that on eBay too. I'd really love to move this Dark Knight at 5 or best offer. Just throw something at me. And Something Is Killing the Children #21. I'll do that for $5 right now. That's just the cover price. That's what it's selling for on eBay. We'll put that up there as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for shopping with me. We moved through a lot of books today. I'm really excited about it. We still have our grand slab deal. You get all 3 of those slabs. That's Action Comics 9 graded at an 8.0. Web of Spider-Man 118 graded at a 7.0. This is the first appearance of Calvin Ellis, the Earth 23 Superman, and the Scarlet Spider. And then we have Spectacular Spider-Man #220 that I'll throw in for free if you buy those 2 at $300. You'll get this one for free. This is the issue where Mary Jane tells Peter Parker that she is pregnant. So it's $300 for that set. That's the grand slab deal. And that's what we've got going on. And thank you guys so much for shopping with me this afternoon. I really appreciate it. I'll be back with you guys on Monday at the same time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye then.